walk into Madison Square Garden, it's a feeling, I can't exactly explain it because it just has an aura about it. It's the same as Cameron Indoor Stadium when you walk in. You think about the moments, you think about the players that have been there, and it just has this feeling where it's something special is going to happen. You know, it's going to be a big time game, and you know, the bright lights, and that's what it's all about when you come to Duke. How'd it feel here? Good. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. Golden opportunity for us, all in together for 40 minutes. Let's do it tonight. We got 7 minutes for a free shoot, and then we're out of here, okay? Here we go, together on 3. 1, 2, 3, together.
You know what's up, man. First time in the Mecca. You know, it's an unbelievable experience. You know, we're gonna make the most of it tonight, so just embrace the moment, that's it.
Playing in Madison Square Garden, I think for any of our guys is a big deal. And you think about all the places, arenas you can play, and I would say it's right there at the top of the list when you think about the historic NBA games, but also college games that have been played there. So it's a big honor for our team, and I think each and every one of our guys.
Great to have you with us. What a special event at Madison Square Garden as we raise awareness for cancer research, and off we go. Some pretty good basketball as well. 5 to shoot. Penetrates, lobs it to Lively. And he rocks the rim. Roach in transition, scoops it up. Counted, and a chance for 3. Jeremy Roach doing work in the Garden. Further to the right into Tariq Whitehead. A driving lane for him. He's aggressive. Got it to go. And a free throw coming as well. Inside they go for Young. The post touch over Raja. Double team comes. He finds Mitchell. Cutting to hammer it down. And he'll have a chance for 3. The Blue Devils are going to go to 9-2 on the season. Pick up their 40th win at the current iteration of Madison Square Garden. Now 40-18. Very impressive tonight. They controlled this one from start to finish. Led by their captain. Roach had 22. And the Blue Devils sail by the Hawkeyes 74-62 in the Jimmy V Classic.
I remember playing in a lot of those games, and of course, you know, for me, I always remember the losses. You know, we had a tough loss before Christmas break to Pitt. We were both undefeated, and I actually had 2 game-winning shots, potential game-winning shots at the end that I missed. That was a heartbreaker game.
10 seconds to play in overtime. Here's Fields trying to make something happen. Step back 3 for the lead at 65-64. 4 seconds left. Here come the Devils. Scheyer fires a 3 off the rim. Scheyer tip back, would not go. And the Pitt Panthers win it by 1 point, 65-64 over the Duke Blue Devils.
So it was overtime, and those are games you expect to play in Madison Square Garden. Another game, you know, we played UConn in the championship my senior year in the preseason tournament.
If you had to pick out one guy who led them both games, you'd have to pick out Jon Scheyer.
Yeah, he'd be my choice as the MVP of the tournament. He really has been the catalyst for that. He's made big shots whenever they needed a big shot.
And high-level game, you know, a lot of UConn fans, a lot of Duke fans, and I remember us just clicking, coming together as a team, and getting that championship. Playing in New York or playing big-time neutral games whenever possible is something that we'd like to do. And actually, for the following season, we're looking at options now. But New York's top of the list. Still trying to find an opponent, but continuing to play there. I don't know if it's every year, but as often as possible. That's important to us, that we get up to Duke North whenever we can.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Gatorade and our commitment to fuel tomorrow. By Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. And by Coke Zero Sugar. With zero sugar and refreshingly delicious, is Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself.
I need to try it first.
A big bow box says a lot about a person. Like they have a mighty hunger, a powerful thirst, and take tailgating very seriously. Game day and beyond, grab a football-ready big bow box.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
At Therabody, we believe that everybody deserves a chance to keep going, keep dancing, keep celebrating, and reuniting.
It's never too late to rise. You got that fire in you. It's never too late to rise.
Because everybody is a Therabody.
A big bow box says a lot about a person. Like they have a mighty hunger, a powerful thirst, and take tailgating very seriously. Game day and beyond, grab a football-ready big bow box.
I need to try it first.
Ready, shot. Ready, go! Because people gonna be so worried about the speed that they just gonna have to back up and then straight. Yeah. All right, if this guy heads, you retreat. If he's flat, come off, grab, see what's happening, and then you go right into it.
Jay has great perspective just in the college landscape, and he's had an array of coaches that he's coached alongside with, and he's coached in 3 big-time leagues, the Big 12, SEC, and now the ACC. He's been around the game of basketball at the highest of levels. And for me, he's just somebody that's always going to shoot me straight. He thinks differently than me with some things, and we think the same. And the diversity of perspective and opinion is really important for me. And he's great with player development with our guards. He's got a great mind for defense. He's very detail-oriented with everything that he does, whether it be on the offensive end. And he's our defensive coordinator, so he's really taken that responsibility and taking our defense to another level. And then he's great with relationships. He's built up a great level of trust with our players, with our staff. I think anyone around our program, whenever you see Jay, you feel better because he talks to you, he's personable, and he's just deep down, he's a really good person.
The most important thing was working with John. We played against each other growing up, and we've always been sort of intertwined with our coaching careers overlapping, both starting young and being in it as long as we have been. And so we overlap with a bunch of stuff, but really just once I got to sit with him and be around him and getting to understand him more, it made the decision really easy. Of course, I understood what Duke was and everything they've done in college basketball, but also I think a big part of it was John and what I think he is and what I think he can be and where I think he has this program going and trying to continue this success that's already been built here.
Good feet. Good, Spence. Here we go.
I didn't know Jay too well before I hired him. I got to know him well before hiring him, but it started in high school. We played against each other in AAU, and I knew he was a big-time player and just followed him, and we've grown up in the game together. And, he's been at big-time schools, and we just, had a couple conversations, and I just felt he was very genuine, trusted him right away, had some really honest open talks, and there was no doubt in my mind at that moment he was the best person for the job.
If you play at a really high level, you always dream of playing in the NBA and having a long career and playing professional. I never planned, and I think John would say the same, I never planned on getting in coaching at 24. Like, that was the last thing in my mind. And then so once it happens, you kind of have to adjust and switch to, like, how can I be as successful as I wanted to be as a player, as a coach? And how can I impact winning the same way and things of that nature? So I think that's the kind of step you have to take, and he also took it. So we both kind of understand each other in that sense of going through that and experiencing it.
Jay's a rock star. He's a rock star. And so it's a reason why he's been at Texas, Kentucky, and now Duke. I mean, it's a reason why. He's an unbelievable recruiter, got a great personality. He's a guy who's going to be a great head coach as well. I mean, these young guys, man, with Jay and John and Emil, these guys are, I'm older, of course, but, I learned a lot from these guys. I learned a lot, and Jay's brought amazing energy. He's great in working guys out. He's great in recruiting. I mean, he's a 5-star guy. If he was a recruit, he'd be a top 5 player.
I think the one thing working at Kentucky, is just a similarity in recruiting and having to recruit high-level players, but also some of the other places I've been, I think has helped me prepare with just having the ability to just throw things out there sometimes. Like, I know y'all always done this, but how about this? That kind of thing, and just put things out in the atmosphere, with just different ideas and stuff. Not necessarily saying, oh, we should do it this way, but just a thought process of saying, like, I've seen it also work this way. How can, if we could, intertwine it some with what you've done and make it, better? That'd be the biggest thing.
Adding Jay, I've leaned on him a ton. I think he's helped my development and my growth because he's just a wealth of knowledge. He has 10 years in, and he was a big-time player. I know his family well, and then we have no egos in this group, so everyone's here to help.
Durham is something that is very deep-rooted in my family, with my grandfather being a principal and doing a bunch of education stuff here in the city and the state of North Carolina. My father's, I guess, legendary status, I'll give him that, here in the city, being, at Hillside and being the first pick.
Try to bring him back right here. He's the kind of guy that likes to go one-on-one in this situation. That's Lucas, and Maryland is back on top. It was John Lucas who was determined to get the basket, 43-42. Maryland on top, still man for man. Lucas is there to tie up Mark Moeller.
He has given me everything I know about the game. He taught us at a young age, and then, he also taught us how to teach. Being in the gym with him has given us that, and then he also would have us go and work with the younger people in the gym. So, people, the 10 and under, 10-year-olds or whatever, and putting them through ball handling, putting them through drills. So he was kind of preparing us for something we didn't even know about or something we didn't even expect that was going to come down the road. So, for us, for me especially, but for my brother who's a coach too, he's given us everything. And then my mother also being from Durham and, going to Central and stuff like that, that was the biggest part of just hopefully being here, reconnecting with my family, reconnecting with Durham, and kind of being able to carry on, I guess, the Lucas legacy in Durham. With my grandfather getting old, he's 102, but he's still around, but he is getting older. So just kind of being present in the city and in the community is something that also was a big part of coming here to do.
I know the car accident wasn't technically your fault.
But we,
as the insurance company,
deny this claim.
We might fix your car.
But medical bills?
Pain and suffering?
Lost wages?
You're asking for a lot.
Oh, you've got a lawyer.
This conversation is over.
Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. Come in now and choose from a great selection of new Ford trucks and SUVs in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is arriving daily, so you can drive one home for the holidays. Lock in this low rate plus make no payments for up to 90 days on a new 2022 Ford F-150. Choose from 6,000 trucks and SUVs. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Duke Basketball 360, presented by Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires.
It'll be Lively and Bickerstaff to jump it off. Great to have you with us. The ACC opener from Cameron Indoor Stadium. Oh, into the paint he goes. Bounce pass. Oh, what a find to Lively for a two-hand stop. Cutter and Filipowski got a step on Bickerstaff off the window. They lob it up to Lively. Catches underneath. Reverse jump. Big time off the left. Jab step and a post feed for Young. Into the corner for a Grandison three. Great ball movement, and it pays off with a deep one. But up top for Blakes. Into the left corner. Grandison already with 1-3. And there's the second. To the right elbow. Lobs it to Lively, who throws it down. Langford driving the left. In on Young. Got it blocked by Young. He's been everywhere, and he saved it for Blakes, falling out of bounds. Ahead to Proctor. Floating in for two. One dribble is awfully impressive. The lead is 12, and a steal by Young. Pick the pocket, and here's Whitehead the other way to lay it in on the right. Duke up 18 at home. Zachary on the drop, tried to lob it. Filipowski took it away. 3-on-3 to the left for Blakes. Driving into the baseline, nobody home. Peels out of it, shovels it up top for Roach. A ball fake, three ball up. You bet! Faces up at the top of the key. Between the legs with a dribble. He'll take a deep one and hit it. Backdoor, good find to Mitchell, and he rises up to punch it down. The Blue Devils looking to build their way into ACC play. We're awfully impressive today. 75-59 the final score as the Blue Devils take it by 16.
We definitely have talked about our identity, and before the season starts, it's hard to know exactly what that looks like or what that is. But very early on, you can tell our defense is number one with the importance of who we are as a team, and really with our size, protecting our paint. That's been our emphasis. We've done a really good job defending the three-point line as well, and then playing without fouling for the most part. We can still get a lot better there, but our defense is always going to be the emphasis year-round, the entire season when you think about our roster and our makeup. And on offense, it's a team, we have a term we talk about, it's fighting for the rim, really being an inside-out team. When you think about, you have a guy like Kyle Filipowski to throw the ball into, Ryan Young, Derek Lively on the lobs. We've been the #1 offensive rebounding team in the country, and then you have drivers from the perimeter. And not to say we can't hit a bunch of threes. We've had 14 threes in a game, but it's going to happen once we get the ball in the paint.
Filipowski inside it goes for Kyle. He's got all 4 of the points so far. Out for a Grandison three.
It's a proud feeling walking off the floor in Cameron, and for me, there's such a great level of respect and importance when you walk onto the floor, because you know what it stands for, the moments that I've been a part of personally, but also in our program's history. You think about the special times in there, and every time you go out there, you want to represent it to the highest level that it deserves. And so walking off the floor, just seeing the fans, seeing my family, seeing our players and their families, it's a proud feeling when you win and you take care of business, especially at home.
trade you Gatorade, bro.
Yes, sir, from Punch. I remember way back when. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Cinema Brooklyn has done it. And everybody say, I remember way back when.
Start playing and never stop playing. You get the most from the game when you're having fun.
I remember way back when.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
There's a reason every Odyssey is named after the Odyssey. Because the world's most famous story isn't about staying put. It's about being there. So for those who want a story to tell, we have a world full of places to start.
Reverses it up, missed it. The rebound into the hands of Proctor. Beep, beep, 5-on-2, left to right. Leave it for Blakes. Black to Lively to rock the rim.
Great fast break by the Duke Blue Devils on that one.
Roach inside Lively's wide open for a two-hand stuff.
Eric Lively now 4 out of 5 from the floor in double figures with 11.
Controlled by Proctor. The Blue Devils comfortable to run. On the right is Jeremy Roach, wide open, lobs it to Lively, who finishes off the right. He's finally got a field goal that's not a dunk.
You know, everybody looks at us as young players, but it doesn't matter to us. We're gonna be tough, we're gonna be physical, and we're gonna do what we need to do to win. It just felt like the entire place was coming alive. It was electric. I loved every bit of it. That's why you come here. That's why you play these games.
Mark Mitchell off of a screen set by Lively into the paint. Lefty floater, give it to him, and a chance for three. Left for Mitchell. He'll penetrate. A hop step into the paint. Lefty scoop up and in. Penetrates, lobs it to the left corner. Mitchell hit there a moment ago, and he rattles home another. Backdoor good. Find to Mitchell, and he rises up to punch it down.
You know, I just take what the defense gives me. You know, some nights it might not be my night, but obviously tonight I just was taking what the defense gave me. We ran the same play 3 times in a row, and we had good results each time. So, you know, just not getting too focused on the offensive end and just keep playing hard is what I focus on.
Here's Proctor. Now up top it comes for Lively. Further to the right and Grandison. A post touch for Filipowski. Good ball movement. Spins to the baseline. Back to the left. Rises up and hits. A quick forward for Kyle Filipowski. Now here is Mark Mitchell. Lively sets the screen. Inside to go for Filipowski. Good post position. A layup and a chance for three. Here come the Buckeyes. Tip taken away by Filipowski in transition. 3-on-2. A Euro step. Put it up and in. And he'll have a chance for three.
Any of us, you know, whatever the game plan is for our opponents, you know, if they focus on Derek or me one game, you know, we always have Mark and Derek stepping up and vice versa, things like that. So just with how deep we are as a team and the capabilities we have, it's something very good.
The depth has been huge for us. We have an unusual start to the year when you think about our injuries, you think about the newness on our roster, and with each one of our guys figuring out their roles and their comfort zone being at Duke, which they haven't been before. And just really proud of how they've stayed after it. I think you've seen, you know, we've closed different ways regardless of how we're starting. A group can get hot. There can be somebody that has a matchup. Somebody can be just locking somebody up on defense and really following the flow and the really what the game is calling for in terms of who should be in there. So proud of the effort, proud of the the fact that we can hurt you in a lot of different ways. We're a big team, but also we can put a lot of shooting on the floor. We can be faster and press, and we can, like I said, be bigger and protect our paint even more. So we'll have to continue to adjust, and the team that we have now, it won't be the same team a month from now, let alone even a few days from now. So we'll continue to evolve and see what that means for our team. Depth for our practice is huge because the competitiveness, it goes up even a day before a game, or if it's, anytime we practice, we're going after it. And that helps when you know somebody else is really good that can also come in and impact the game. So it makes you be really sharp with your craft and make sure you're getting extra work. And I think it's pushed, really at every position, it's pushed our guys to be even better.
All right, here's a transition defense now, right? So same thing, we got to sprint back, and we should see on film, like right now as we're watching, where guys are pointing and talking. Don't worry about going to your matchup. So right now, Jalen's got a guy in the corner. So Jalen has to go here. You don't have anybody. So you got to say, I got the ball. Somebody has to say they have the ball. The ball is the most, of any spot, the ball is the most important one we have to take, all right?
We can't wait to have some practice time, and really, it's been over 2 weeks since we've had a chance to have a practice just for ourselves. And it's been prepping for the next opponent. That's the way the schedule has worked out, and it's been a really tough stretch. But I am looking forward to getting a chance to really look at ourselves, personalize it even more offensively, defensively, and then build our defense. We haven't had a chance to go through every scenario we're going to see. And so practice time is badly needed, and also to recover for our bodies and to develop our bodies. We have young players and young minds, and they need a chance to get adjusted again and start building up and building back their bodies. No matter how much you practice, at the end of the day, the best experience is what you see in a game. And so to play, the PK 85, to play in the Champions Classic, to do the ACC Big Ten, we brought in some really tough non-conference opponents into Cameron Indoor Stadium, and we've learned something and gotten better in each one of them. And you can't replicate that. I think our guys have taken what they've learned in the games and then changed, improved, and have built on what's necessary going forward.